Cancer, welcome into your reading. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to be looking into what energies and messages you need to be receiving at this time. But as you know, if you've been before in my reading, thank you so much for being here one more time. If you are new here, I usually allow your spiritual team to choose their own decks. So every single zodiac sign that I work with has their own set of decks that they use in the readings. You are also going to do this as well. So you're going to choose 3 different decks. So I'm going to go into a little card selection process where you are going to see which cards are here and be able to choose 3 of your own decks, and then see which of your decks that you have chosen is matching with that which your spirit guide has chosen using the pendulum. And let me know, comment below, because it will tell you how connected you are to your spiritual team, how intuitive you are, and what decks need to be paid attention to with regards to a message coming from them. Let's get into that selection part of the reading. Welcome into the selection part of your reading, Cancer. This is where you are going to be choosing 3 different decks, and your spiritual team will choose 3 as well using the pendulum. I'm calling them in now so that we may begin. These are the decks that we're going to be working with and you're going to be choosing from. I cleanse the area. Let me show you each one of the decks before we begin. We have got Sacred Traveler with the Kyanite. We have got the Amethyst with the Keepers of the Light. And we have got Spirit Animal with the Zambian Citrine. We have got the Angel Answers with Reiterated Quartz. And we have got Wisdom of Hidden Realms with the Tiger's Eye. We have got Dragon's Blood Crystal with the Starseed Oracle, and the Crystal Point with the Angels and Ancestors. Let's get into our breathing so that you can prepare to choose your 3 different decks. If you have already chosen, you can jump ahead or go straight into your reading. There are timestamps below. There we go, Cancer. We have shown you all the decks. If you would like to join me, I'm going to do a little breathing. It takes about 1 minute to do, just to be able to connect you more to your spiritual team. If you do not want to, that is also okay. Just jump a little bit ahead in the reading or go down into the timestamps below and you can check straight into the reading and get the messages you want. But we're going to start with a little breathing, especially those of you who are not sure which decks to choose or you wish to connect. So let's start out with 3 little deep breaths that we're going to be taking. First deep breath in. At the top of your breath, please hold it there. Release. Releasing all stagnant, stale energy from you. Second deep breath in. At the top of your breath, I want you to imagine a very bright white light that just shines out of you. That is your energy. Release your breath. Third deep breath in. And I now call in your spiritual team. Thank you so much for being here. Please guide us and show us what it is we need to see with regards to messages that we need to get at this time. Release your breath. Let's get into the selection part of this reading. Let's have a look and see which decks your spirit guides will be using. And let's see how many matches with what you have chosen. So let's get into it. The first deck that we need to get out for my Cancers today. What is going on with you, Cancer? Where do we need to go today? With regards to the decks we need to see. Very straightforward. Spirit Animal Oracle. Okay, so let's get the second deck out for you, Cancer. And remember, please, the readings are timeless. I never put timestamps or dates on them because spiritual team or the spirit guides don't really comprehend time and space and distance. So they just give a message, and when you receive the reading, whenever you see this reading, you are meant to get it. So where are we going, spirit guides? Which deck has a message for my Cancers today? Yeah, we are moving to Angels and Ancestors down at the bottom here. Let's get the last deck out for you. And remember, Cancer, share this video with somebody that you know who is Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising, because every 5 days or so I go back and look at which videos have got the most views, the most interaction, and I give an extra bonus reading for whomever that is. Okay, so let's see if that's going to be you this week. Okay, we've got a very beautiful energy coming through here. We've got Keepers of the Light, a beautiful new deck that I've got. I'm quite obsessed with it, I have to say. So we've got Spirit Animal Oracle. All right, let's move the other decks neatly out of the way. We've got Spirit Animal Oracle. We have got Angels and Ancestors. Okay, and we have got Keepers of the Light. Keepers of the Light. So let's move all my crystals safely out of the way. I am a bit of a butterfingers, so yeah. So let's see what will come through for you here. Right. What messages do we need to be receiving at this time, spiritual team? What is the information that you need to be giving to your Cancers out there? Let's have a look and see what will come through for you. For Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising, what is the information that needs to be shared today? What message do you wish to give your beautiful souls out there? All right, this is an interesting one. Freedom is yours. I'm finding this quite interesting because when I was actually shuffling the deck, I felt a little bit of restriction, which was quite interesting. And you got the beautiful horse spirit coming up. To be honest with you, I'm just saying, since I actually bought this deck, which has been about 2 or 3 months now, nobody's ever got the horse spirit. Cancer, you are the first person that, even myself, when I go through the deck, I don't get horse spirit. So I love that so much. Freedom is yours. Hallelujah. Thank you. So there could be something that makes you feel trapped, or a situation that is making you feel a bit restricted or a little bit unable to feel free. And remember, sometimes freedom does come with abundance as well. It's very hard to feel free when you don't have petrol to put in your car. You know what I mean? Or gas to put in your car. Yeah. In South Africa, we call it petrol. Okay, so let's have a look and see what else will come up from you. So you got some kind of opening happening for you. I love that so much. We have got the Lord. Wow, take charge with authority. So it's interesting to see this come together, don't you think? Because you've got the Lord, which is take charge with authority, and freedom is yours with horse spirit. The Lord energy always reminds me of the Emperor. So it reminds me of somebody who's in charge, somebody who's in control, somebody who is calling the shots and who is empowered. You might be setting yourself free from a situation that you don't want to be in, that is causing you maybe to feel very restricted. Maybe you cannot be yourself. Maybe you feel like you cannot do the best you can do in life. So this is actually a very, very interesting energy. This could be you even maybe leaving a connection or a relationship that is very restrictive for you. It's holding you back. It's draining you in some kind of way. Or it could be a boss that you have that is just not really working with your energy. And what is ending up happening is you're getting drained and you're giving your life away to someone else. You might need to protect your energy. You might need to protect your energy. Cancer. Yeah, you would have to do this. You're very empathic. Out of the water signs, I always feel like Cancer, maybe Pisces, are the most empathic energies that I always pick up on. And you feel deeper than most people. You hurt deeper than most people. And sometimes that can be a problem, because people sometimes thrive on the chaos. They thrive on the feeling that comes out of you. It's almost like you become a battery that charges somebody else. So you've got to be very careful, because it could be somebody causing a bit of drama in your world, being very manipulative, very controlling to you. And they're doing this because they need that energy from you. And that means you've got a lot of potential, I'm just saying. So we got Freya. Beautiful, love this one. We have Freya. Beautiful energy, phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. Whoa. Wow. No, I think something is about to change for you. There's a phase that is ending and there is a new one that is beginning. It seems to me, what I can pick up on with regards to the energy of 2023, the time that I'm doing the reading. But remember, anytime you get the reading, it is meant for you to hear it. There's a lot of cycles ending in all the zodiac signs. I feel like this is one of the most active years with regards to astrology, especially because we're moving into all these all of these eclipses that are coming in, all of these energies that are coming in, I feel like there's going to be some major changes happening in all of our worlds. For you, there's this energy of you like walking away from something that's really holding you back. But I feel like it's either going to be you that does this, or it's going to happen, and then it puts you into a place of power in your life here with the Lord energy. So this is actually a very good thing. I really feel like you should protect your energy, to be honest with you. I feel like you should be careful with regards to possibly a person around you that could be manipulating you, or just in some kind of way causing a drama in your world. It's a bit of a negative energy. I feel like they pull your energy down, but they do this intentionally. It's like they're getting off on doing so. Mainly they may feel like there's some kind of weird feeling that they get, that they like to bring you down, but people don't know that they're psychic vampires, and it's like they need to drain your energy. And the only way they can actually drain your energy is not when you're happy. So be very careful. A psychic vampire cannot drain light. They can only drain darkness. So they have to bring you down into the darkness, so that because that's where they are. They are in the darkness themselves, and they cannot come up into the light where you are. So when they have to pull you down to their level, and that's when they get the energy out of you. If you have a situation like this, where you're in maybe a relationship or a connection of some kind of friendship, what kind of friendship is that? But it happens. Co-workers, a boss, they are using your energy so that they can be successful. But you are really getting stuck in life. You're really getting stuck from the actual potential of where you can be going. Okay, because your energy that you have every single day, your chi, in other words, is what you use to create your life. It is what you use to manifest your future. And if it is getting stolen from you, somewhere on the side, you will not be able to manifest life. So that is very important. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah, you've got a new start coming in here. I feel like you are walking away from something, to be 100% honest with you. I do feel like you are going to take control. I do feel like this is you, because we have the Ace of Swords coming in here. I feel like you take control of your life, your existence, and you're having no more of it. Even though for some of you this may be hard to do, with the Ace of Swords being here, it's a new beginning, but it's difficult. But at the same time, I feel like you're prepared to face it. You're prepared to step away, and you're prepared to step into your own power. The Ace of Swords always means empowerment and success at the end of the day. So I feel like you are really doing this. You're really going to step out. So let's see what else comes here. Like you're reading. Yeah, the Fool card. Yes, you are definitely changing something. You are taking back your power in some kind of way, and you're taking back control of your life here. And I feel like you are going to step away from a situation that is definitely not for you. It may seem a bit scary, but I see you determined here with the Ace of Swords to really step into this. Wow, how accurately connected are all of these cards? Like taking charge with the authority, wanting freedom. And then the phases and cycles, literally saying there is a beginning with every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. I think you're also going to really see the truth about a certain situation. See the truth about what it really is. Maybe some of the things that I've told you will make you look at something very differently and understand like, wow, so this is actually what's happening, and this is maybe why I get sick. This is maybe why I get a headache all the time, or maybe why I constantly suffer from back pain. You know, what I do know from a spiritual point of view is that when you are dealing with somebody who is draining the energy out of you, I would protect myself first of all. That's what I would do. I'm going to release a video on Monday on my new channel. It'll be Sunday, Monday, which is Head Rich Healing. You can go check it out. Description or the comments below, I'll put a link to it. With regards to how to protect yourself, I feel like it's very important we start with learning how to protect ourselves, and you will be able to do that yourself at any time you need to. After you watch that guided meditation, it will show you how to do it. And I feel like that's where you need to start, like, you know what I mean? Because you will meet other people like this in your life as well, because you are Cancer, and you will attract these kind of energies towards you. So you need to learn how to protect yourself. But what ends up happening is, what I picked up on with regards to the energy in itself, when somebody is draining energy out of you, it always feels like it's happening in your chakras, so along your spinal cord, straight up to the top of your head. So you can experience things like that start with your root chakra, very lower back pain, or even maybe things like truly like constipation, and funny weird things like that can happen. Things like colon problems, moving up your spine. So anything that moves like up your back, even stomach issues, like the middle center part of your body. A lot of pains can happen there. A lot of neck pain, a lot of headaches, shoulder pains. It can be a sign of somebody draining the energy from you. So pay attention to that. If you actually separate your energy from the situation, you might find those kind of pains and kind of issues you may be dealing with over, and you got no explanation for it, you know. It's not like you're going to the doctor and the doctor goes, oh, you got a slip disc, you know what I mean? No, it's like, it's just take painkillers, you know. When you separate yourself from the person or the situation, those sort of pains will ease and go away, and you'll observe that. So that's an interesting, I just wanted to share that with you. You are doing this for your own happiness, okay? So we got the 9 of Cups coming in beautifully underneath the Lord, okay? And the 9 of Cups is showing that you are taking control of your life. You are taking control of your existence for you. You are doing this for yourself. I love that this is 9 of Cups and you're a beautiful water sign. I feel like you're doing this for your life, your happiness, for how you want to express you in your world. And I had a moment of realization. I think it was like maybe 8 or 9 years ago, because I used to like put up with a lot of different things from people, and put up with people because I felt like I have to be a good person sometimes. The trap of spirituality, feeling like you have to say be a good person and give of yourself all the time, and that's actually a trap. I actually realized in a moment that it was actually my human right to be happy. It was my human right to actually have a good day. It was my human right to wake up and not have somebody cause drama in my world. And that's when I realized I need to stand up for myself and step into the 9 of Cups, and it's only going to be me that can get me here. I feel like you're there. I feel like you're at the space where you're going, yeah, no, it is my human right to have a peaceful cup of tea in the morning without being bothered, or go to work and not be shouted at, you know what I mean? Yeah. So much. Ace of Fire, new beginning. I love the way we start out with the Ace of Swords, which is a new beginning as well. But the Ace of Swords is a hard one. It's a difficult decision to make. It is a hard thing to step into, where you say, okay, I'm not doing that anymore, so I'm going to make my own way. It's scary because you're really taking control. And it's interesting. It says take charge with authority. And truly the only way we really build the life that we want is to really make choices about what we are seeing on an everyday basis. And if you don't like what you're seeing, then you have to think about how you're going to change that. If you don't and you just remain there, life will never change. And in fact, it can even get worse, because you're telling the universe, I accept this. I accept this energy. And if you're showing the universe that you're accepting something, it will give you more of that. But the moment you step out and you say, no, I do not accept this, I'm setting myself free, I'm taking charge of my life to get myself to be in a happy place. The universe is observing, God is observing constantly, and it looks at this and it goes, okay, let's give you more of that. And that's when you're going to see a change happening. What starts out as you feeling really like, I'm a bit scared to do this, turns into the Ace of Wands, which is you feeling like, let's go. Let's go. This is the right decision for me. I'm so inspired. I'm so happy. Let's cleanse this energy. I'm just saying, you're so ready for this. You feel so different, because I think you can see the change and where it's going to take you. This is beautiful. I love how you're taking control. Like literally. And here comes the Magician card. Yeah. Taking control. You're now creating. It's interesting how I was just telling you, if we stay where we are in a bad situation, we're signaling to the universe that that's what we want. And the way we actually create our life or manifest our life with the magician is to actually look at what we don't want and change it and move into new beginnings and new starts that will take us in a direction that we live in a life that we want to be in, that we are happy in. And in fact, that's how you manifest. I don't know how we have gotten to a place where we kind of like just accept, how things are. We go to work every day and it's not what we want it to be, but we seem to just be accepting it. I think we've been trained, I must say that softly, we've been nicely trained by life, to be subservient and to be quiet and to mind our business. I think we get trained from very young when we go to school to sit quiet and obey. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk too much about it because I'd actually like my YouTube channel to be alive, you know what I mean? But I guess you know what I'm talking about. And I think we are going through a massive awakening at this moment. And I feel like you're in the middle of a massive awakening where you're going to go, no, I don't think I'm going to put up with this. You know what I mean? A lot of changes are coming in our world and you will see Wheel of Fortune, beautiful. So wherever you are going, I want to tell you, first of all, with the Wheel of Fortune coming in here, this is good news. Even though in the beginning, when you walk out of this with the Fool card being right next to it, you might feel like, wow, this is a bit scary. It's going to feel scary. But there's a fated place for you. There is destiny waiting for you with regards to this change. And the wheel cannot turn unless you help it to turn. The wheel cannot turn for you unless you make changes as well. Because sometimes in the Wheel of Fortune, we can sometimes get it in the reverse position. Or we feel it to be in the reverse position, depending on what cards come out around it. For you, this is definitely in the upright. And that can mean stuck energy. It can mean you're not making a change, you're not taking control, you're not in authority, you're not doing something. You're not looking at your life and saying, I think there needs to come a change. You're kind of just accepting where you are. And then the wheel will get stuck. And sometimes it can feel like bad luck starts to happen. So when the wheel gets stuck and you're not moving forward to where you're meant to go, life will become very, very uncomfortable for you. Yeah. If you remain in a place where you're not supposed to be, and your soul knows, I'm not supposed to be here, and your higher self goes, you're not supposed to be here, everything in you shouts you're not supposed to be here, but you're afraid and you stay anyway, you will see life get really weird. All of a sudden it gets really hard to be where you are. The situation will just get worse and worse and worse, because it's almost like it's like spirit or life or your soul is telling you there's a place I need to be, there's somewhere I need to be, and it's not here. And it's pushing you to make that move to get you to go somewhere. Sometimes when I pick up on this kind of energy, it's really important life events. So it can be things like meeting the right person that you're meant to be with and actually maybe have a child with, because these kind of events that happen like that have specific times and moments that they need to happen in. So the birth of a child will have a very specific date and time and second, literally, so that soul can live their life and have their own experiences. So imagine if you are supposed to meet that person you are meant to have a child with, there is a time frame. And the closer you get into the time frame, the harder it's going to get where you are. So it can move you and force you out to get you to be in alignment. Okay, so I feel this kind of vibe coming in for you, something very important coming in. Run there. I'm just saying, because you got a 10 of Cups. What a beautiful reading. You have to go in this direction. You got to start this new beginning. You got to let go of all the things that are holding you back, that makes you feel trapped. Being trapped is an illusion, because the moment you let the universe know that you want to move into the 10 of Cups and where you are is no more where you want to be, you summon the death card. Okay, so you summon an ending. In one way or another, and if you don't step into the ending will be brought to you. It will come. Something's going to happen, and that can be scary as well. But when something happens and a change happens, for me, I don't really get scared too much. I actually go, okay, so this is meant to happen for me. I wonder what exciting adventure lies ahead in the unknown, because in the unknown for me, I always feel like that is where the unlimited potential lies, in that empty space, because that's where you can really change and manipulate and shape the energy into the way that you want it to be. But where you are currently, it already exists. It already is the way that it is, and it's very hard to change that. So in the unknown is where it lies. I feel like you got the Eight of Swords here, so this shows me that there is something that's been stuck for you. You may feel trapped. You might be feeling trapped, okay? Unable to step out. Maybe a situation feels impossible for you. Nothing is impossible. This is an illusion card. The Eight of Swords is a card of illusion. The feeling of being trapped in a situation and unable to get you here. It's usually the moment that you are in that seems impossible. The thing is, the next moment can be completely different. And all that you have to do, especially if you feel trapped, the advice that I would have with regards to feeling trapped is to trust your spiritual team. Let me tell you, they're there. They are there. Okay, they are here in this reading with me and with you. What I would do if I was you and I felt like I was trapped, because I have been in a place where I felt I couldn't get out, more than once actually, I have to say. And what I did more than one time, every time I feel like, oh wow, how am I going to get out of the situation? How do I solve this? And I don't know what next steps to take. I'll usually sit really quiet and I'll call in my spiritual team and I'll be like, so dudes, hello, and I'll be like, some dudettes as well. And I'll be like, okay, so I'm stuck and I don't know what to do next, but I know I cannot remain where I am. So I take this problem and I hand it over to you. Please take this and show me what to do next. Show me how to move forward. And I promise you, every time I have ever done that and I take it out and I give it to them and they take it, my life changes after that. It happens every time. It's like my life just changes. I feel like it's real faith. It's real like believing in that. Once you surrender in that way, you will see how things just fall into place. It's like surrendering to the journey and allowing it to show you. So if you're feeling that way and you really don't know what else to do, surrender it over and wait for miracles to happen. You'll be shown. Because I see you're really worried. You literally got an 8 and a 9 of Swords coming in here. Really fearsome, really worried. The Nine of Swords is a very important card because it talks about maybe unable to sleep, stresses at night, thinking about how trapped you are, like literally next to each other. It's like you're thinking about how trapped you are. You're thinking about how you cannot escape a situation. And you need to be very, very careful because the Nine of Swords literally means when you go to bed at night, you start to fall asleep, you cannot fall asleep, you have insomnia, you start thinking about all the things that have gone wrong, you think about what is still coming in the future, how you're going to handle everything, how will things be, and you start to worry. And sometimes begin to imagine terrible things that have happened in the past and maybe things you're fearful of happening in the future. Be very careful here. This moment ties to this moment. You see the Magician and the Nine of Swords, they go hand in hand. Because whatever you imagine when you're going to bed at night and you put your head on that pillow and you start thinking about terrible or painful things and you get very emotional and you're crying and you're doing all these things, that is the moment you are creating your reality. Imagine if I said to you, in the 10 minutes before you fall asleep, or maybe the 2 hours, I don't know, everything you think about will become reality. Imagine what you would force yourself to think about. Would you be thinking about painful things or worries? No, you'd be thinking about tons of money and a mansion, isn't it? You would be thinking about those things. You'd be thinking about your wildest dreams coming true and you're living in this beautiful car and you're driving a sports car, whatever you want to be doing, living on the beach, whatever, in the dream life that you want to have. That is how it works. So if you're imagining painful things at that time, you're literally creating that energy, you're bringing it in. But if you start to change the story, you tell yourself when you go to bed, you are bringing that in as well. And you need to keep on doing that and pulling yourself back to focus over and over again. The moment your mind wanders to, oh no, that was a bad day and that was terrible and what they did to me and how my boss fought with me and how the person I love is treating me so badly, and you start going there, you're just creating it, and that takes real control. At that moment, you got to pull it back immediately and go, no, I'm picturing myself in the life that I want to be living in. How does it feel to be there? What does it look like to be there? What are my experiences to be there? And when you do that, you're going to start creating the new reality. Got to control that mind. Okay, so we've got the moon card coming in here. Beautiful energy. So interesting. It's coming right back to phases and cycles. So the moon card talks about the energy that we do not see. It talks about spirituality. It talks about our spirit guides as well. It talks about the phases and cycles of life. I feel like you are a little bit worried because the moon card is coming here. Another water sign like you, Pisces. I feel like you are a little bit worried about the future with regards to the years that are to come, and the months ahead of you, what you don't see coming. Because whenever we look at the moon, it's got all those different cycles, and sometimes we have this full moon, then we have new moon, then we have no moon, you know. So it's there, but we just don't see it. And I think you could be a little bit worried about what can unfold as you move into the future. But with regards to the moon card, it really means that there's a lot hidden from you still. It means that there's a lot of energetic energy that is being moved behind the scenes that you are not aware of, putting you into alignment with whatever this wheel of fortune is for you, wherever you're meant to be. And one thing I know, wherever you're going here, whatever this new cycle is for you, it's definitely a happy one, because you literally got the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups in your reading. So it's an absolute happy one. Yeah, this is a life that you really want to be in. And if it means that you have to change some things, or change comes in and you have no choice but to change something, do not be afraid. Life has got you. Spirit has got you. You are definitely going to where you're meaning to be. You are definitely going to have clarity. You love it so much. Your Queen of Swords comes in here. Isn't that much better? Okay, then these two cards at the bottom here. Your Queen of Swords is an improvement over those two, because the Queen of Swords is really talking about, okay, I see clearly now. You know, I see clearly. I can see exactly what is going on. I know exactly what I need to be doing. I know what are the next steps, and I'm going to be keeping on moving in that direction. Beautiful energy with the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Air as well. The Queen of Swords, beautiful, clear thinking. I feel that the stress is gone as well. Also, I feel like if you are suffering from like things like headaches or migraines, I feel like that gets lifted from you at this point. Yes, okay. Let's have a look and see. And the Two of Fire. So a lot of information comes in from the Two of Fire as I was holding it. For some of you, okay, for all of you, first of all, it is going to be a new direction that you are taking. And I think you've been thinking a very long time about taking this direction. I think you've been kind of like sitting back thinking, if I had to leave here, or I had to step away from what is not working for me any longer, what would it be? But for a lot of you, you haven't been really doing it. You've just been thinking about it. I think the moment where you're going to be doing it is coming in very soon. Do not be afraid, please. You know, when you step into the unknown, it's one of the things that will make you either turn back to where you don't want to be, or there'll be this bravery that enters you, and you'll step into it anyway. And let me tell you, when you do that, it's like you're showing trust in the universe like you have never shown before, and it's literally taking charge of your life. Even though you may not know how things will unfold, where you are going, it is full of potential. It is full of potential, because in that energy of the unknown, and that's what comes up with the Moon card here. Being the spiritual person that I am a head witch. So head witch is kind of like we can go into meditation or into a trance-like state or in dream state, and we do pick up, and we even travel to like different levels of existence. And it's interesting, I've got all nicknames for every one of them. You know, I'm sure there's some more authoritarian names for them, but I call them what I call them. And there's this one place that I always pick up on. It's almost close to the dream world, okay, the dream reality, because it's very similar, but it's not similar. It's almost as if there is this place with unlimited energy, but this energy, it's like a cloud. It's almost visible, but you cannot really grasp it. But that is where reality forms before it becomes visible to you. And in this energy, in the magician energy, our thoughts and our feelings, our beliefs, our focus is what manipulates that realm. It's what moves that energy from this very fluid, very cloudy, misty kind of vibe. It's like mist, right? And we can affect that realm by our thoughts, and that is where it happens before you actually see it come into reality. And I feel sometimes when we face that emptiness, and it's actually the mist that you see out there, you must know that your thought affects that energy in front of you of the emptiness of the future. That thought is affecting that. So if you keep your mind clear in moments like this, and you step into that mist, whatever you believe, whatever you think about will form in that energy around you. But where you currently are, you are not in that unknown energy. You are in an energy of a reality that has already been formed, and it cannot change. The only way for you to change it is to step out of it and build a new one. There we go. Thank you so much, Cancer, for coming into this reading. I know this is going to help you. I know this is going to guide you. And I'm very glad that you got the message from your spiritual team as well. Thank you for being here. Bye.